Okay, in chapter number 6, that is some in-text question we discuss on page number 74. That is first one. That is name types of the simple tissues. Name types of simple tissue. So, in the simple tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. First question, name types of simple tissues. The simple tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Second question, where is apical meristem found? Here, the apical meristem is found at the growing apice of the plant, such as root and stem, apexes or the tips. Okay. So, where is the apical meristem found? Apical meristem is found at the growing apices of the plant, such as root and stem apices or the tips. The next question, which tissues make up the husk of coconut? So which tissues? Sclerenchyma tissues. Okay, makes the husk of coconut. What are the constituents of the phloem? So phloem has four components: tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, as well as phloem fibers. So these are the constitution of the phloem. Again, I repeat, phloem has four components: tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Okay. Now we discuss about the animal tissues. Now, in animal tissues, that is when we breathe. When we breathe, we can actually feel the movement of our chest. Okay, when we breathe in out. Okay, inhalation and exhalation. Okay, during this, we can actually feel the movement of our chest. Now, for this, we have specialized cells. It is known as the muscles cells. The contraction and relaxation of these cells result in the movement. Now, during the breathing, we inhale the oxygen and it is absorbed in the lungs and then is transported to all the body cells through the blood. During breathing, we inhale the oxygen. It is absorbed in the lungs and then it is transported to all the body cells through the bloods. And blood flows and carries various substances from one part of the body to the other part of the body. Blood flows and carries various substances from one part of the body to the other part of the body. For example, it carries oxygen and food to all cells. It is also collect waste from all parts of the body and carries them to the liver as well as kidney for the disposal. Here the bloods and cells are both example of tissues found in our body. Blood and muscles are both example of tissues found in our body. Here different types of animal tissues such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nerve tissue. Okay, so these are the example of the animal tissues, and blood is type of the connective tissue and muscle form muscular tissues. Okay, so here animal tissue, that is based on their functions. Animal tissues are classified into four types, that is epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, as well as nerve tissue. Now first we discuss about the epithelial tissues. And epithelial, it is also known as protective tissue. Epithelial tissue is also known as the protective tissues. Here, that is the covering in the animal body. Epithelial tissue is also known as the protective tissue. That is the epithelial tissues form covering of the body. They are tightly packed, forming a continuous sheet for the protection of organs. So these are the characteristics of epithelial tissues. Okay, first one, that is epithelial tissues form covering of the body. They are tightly packed, forming the continuous sheet for the protection of the organ. And there is a small amount of cementing material without any intercellular spaces. there is small amount of cementing material without any intercellular species. Here the extracellular fibrous basement membrane separate epithelial from the underlying tissues, and various epithelial cells play an important role in regulating the exchange of material between the body as well as external environment. So again I repeat, that is the covering the animal body. Okay, the covering in the animal body are epithelial tissues. Epithelial covers most of the organs like the skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessel, lung, alveoli, as well as kidney tubules are all are made of the epithelial tissues. Okay, and they have only a small amount of cementing material. They have only small amount of cementing material between them and almost no intercellular species. Here, the epithelial, that is the important role in regulating the exchange of material between the body and external environment, and also between the different parts of the body. Okay, epithelial play important role in the regulating the exchange of material between the body and the external environment, and also between the different parts of the body. Here that different types of the epithelial tissues depending on the function. Epithelial tissues subdivided, that is squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and glandular epithelium. So these are the that is the types of the epithelial tissue, and this depending on the functions, epithelial tissues is subdivided. So first we take the squamous epithelium. So first figure is the squamous. Okay, so that is the squamous, that is a subdivided into subtypes: simple squamous epithelium and stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, so first figure, that is a simple squamous epithelium. In simple squamous epithelium is extremely thin. It is a thin, flat, and delicate cell. Okay, it is the extremely thin, flat, and delicate cells lining various organs. For example, esophagus, lining of the mouth. It will be obtained squamous epithelium cell. Okay, tissue there will be. So squamous epithelium, simple squamous epithelium is extremely thin, flat, and delicate cells lining various organs. For example, esophagus lining of the mouth, etc. And second one, that is stratified squamous. So these are the stratified squamous. In stratified squamous, epithelium is made up of epithelial cell. These are made up of epithelial cells arranged in many layers. These are arranged in many layers. It offers protection and prevents wear and tear. Okay, for example, skin. Okay, the stratified squamous. Skin is made up of the stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, so this is made up of epithelial cells arranged in many layers. It has a many layers. Stratified squamous has many layers, and it offers protection as well as prevent wear and tear. For example, skin. Okay, now next one we discuss about, that is a columnar epithelium. So in columnar epithelium, that is it is a tall pillar-like cells. It has a pillar-like cells, tall and pillar-like cells. Here facilitate that is movement across the epithelial barrier, for example inner lining of intestine where water absorption and secretion take place. Okay, in columnar that is a ciliated, that is columnar, it is tall pillar like cells. It facilitates the movement across the epithelial barriers, for example inner lining of intestine where water absorption and secretion take place. Okay, it function, what is the main function? That is water absorption and secretion take place. While in ciliated epithelium, both are the nearly same, that is columnar epithelium cells with cilia. It is also known as the cilia, that is upper portion, it is known as the cilia. Okay, figure's upper portion is known as the cilia. So these are known as ciliated epithelium. Columnar epithelial cells with cilia are called the ciliated epithelium, and function is to push forward substance like a mucus. Okay, function is like to push forward substance like a mucus. So here that is a, here the absorption and secretion occur as in the inner lining of the intestine. Tall epithelium cells are present. Columnar, that is pillar like, okay, epithelium facilitate the movement across the epithelial barrier. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelium tissue also has cilia. Okay, that is upper portion of the figure, and which are hair-like projection. Cilia, which are hair-like projection on the outer surfaces of the epithelial cells. And this cilia, it can be moved. Cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. And this type of epithelium is the ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, and next one, that is a cuboidal. In cuboidal, that is the cuboidal epithelium, which a cube shaped cell, which has a cube shaped cell and forms a lining of kidneys, tubules and ducts of salivary glands, and where it provides mechanical support, it provides the mechanical. So cuboidal epithelium, which cube-shaped cells, forms the lining of the kidney, tubules, and ducts of salivary glands, and where it provides mechanical support, it provides the mechanical supports. So here, that is a cube-shaped cells forming lining of kidneys, tubules, and ducts of salivary glands, and function is to provide the mechanical support. And then after that is a glandular epithelium. And glandular epithelium, that is portion of the epithelial tissues, folds inward and forms multicellular glands and secretory in nature. Okay, portion of the epithelial tissues folds inward and forms multicellular glands and secretory in nature. So these are the types of the epithelial tissues. Now again I repeat, that is animal tissues, that is based on their functions. Animal tissues, it is based on their function. Animal tissues are classified into four types. There will be. So first one, that is the epithelial tissues, connective tissue, muscular tissues, and the nerve tissues. Okay, animal tissues based on their functions. Animal tissues are classified into four types. First one, epithelial tissues. Second one, connective tissue. Third one, muscular tissue, and fourth one is nerve tissue. So first we take the epithelial tissues, that is characteristic of the epithelial tissues. I repeat that epithelial tissues form covering of the body. They are tightly packed, forming continuously sheet for the protection of the organs, and they are, there is small amount of cementing material without any intercellular spaces, and extracellular fibrous basement membrane that is separate epithelial from underlying tissue, and various epithelial tissues plays an important role in regulating the exchange of material between the body as well as the external environment. Then we discuss about the types of the epithelial tissues. It depending on the functions, epithelial tissues is subdivided. That is, first is squamous epithelium, second one is columnar, third one is ciliated epithelium, fourth one cuboidal epithelium, and fifth one is the granular epithelium. So first one we discuss about the squamous epithelium. And squamous epithelium, that is subdivided into two subtypes, that is simple squamous epithelium, and second one is stratified squamous epithelium. So first one, that is simple squamous epithelium, is just extremely thin. It is a extremely thin, flat, and delicate cell lining various organs. So simple squamous epithelium is extremely thin, flat, and delicate cells lining various organs. For example, esophagus and lining of the mouth. Such type, it is an example of squamous epithelium. Second one, they discuss about the stratified squamous. In a stratified squamous, that is epithelium, it is made up of epithelial cells arranged in many layers. Stratified squamous epithelium is made up of epithelial cells arranged in many layers. For example, it offers protection and prevents wear and tear. As for example, skin. Okay, so it offers, that is stratified squamous offers protection and prevents wear and tear. As for example, skin. Okay, then second one we discuss about the columnar. So in columnar, that is epithelium, that is it is a tall and pillar-like cell. It is a tall as well as pillar-like cells. It facilitates movement across the epithelial barriers. For example, inner lining of intestine where water absorption and secretion take place. Then next one, that is a ciliated epithelium, that is a columnar epithelium cells with cilia, that is the upper portion of this figure, that is it's known as the cilia. Okay, so columnar epithelium cells with cilia are called the ciliated epithelium, and function is to push forward substance like a mucus. Then next one, that is a cuboidal epithelium, that is a cube shaped cells. It has a cube shaped cells forming lining of the kidneys, tubules, and ducts of salivary glands. Function is to provide the mechanical support. And last one, that is a granular epithelium. And a granular epithelium, that is a portion of the epithelium tissues falls inward and forms multicellular gland and secretory in nature.